Alright, you guys, welcome to Undercity Chaos in the mind of the comic comer. Go! I'm your host, MCR, also known as Matt the Rat, and as always,
Rene.
20th century man.
20th century man, because he's a 21st century digital old man. Sorry.
Digital old man.
Digital old man. This week, we are going to be talking about the Trinity War. What the hell happened? Also, this week's brand new comics. Who has been confirmed? He's Rocket Raccoon, correct? Am I wrong?
Yes, he is Rocket Raccoon.
He is Rocket Raccoon. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. A power round that I didn't really
I have a power round for you guys.
All right, what's our power round?
I'll tell you guys later. You want to kick off with this? You want to lead?
I just want to know what the power round is.
I can't tell you.
All right, we'll have to wait till a little later then.
I want to spring it on you guys because I want your gut reaction is what I want.
Okay, so we'll do it at the end of the show.
All right,
Towards the end.
sounds good. And then I would like to go with the rumor of who's playing Lex Luthor.
Oh, I know what it is. Gene Hackman.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead. Let's get into it right about meow.
Funk Soul.
So, who read the Trinity War so far?
I did.
I did, and I finished it.
Who else would?
I go by the trade, so I have to wait.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
Are they going to do a trade of the Trinity War?
They always do that, yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm waiting for too.
So, spoilers. You going to stick around?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I read the spoilers online.
Well, that seems to be everybody's thing. Is yeah, they announced it online, so I read it, and you're like, oh, that's kind of sucks.
There was a lot of spoilers online. I mean, like...
Well, you said you even saw a video where Jeff Johns was like, this is what happens, and you're like, fuck, really?
Oh, that was someone else. I think that was Scott Snyder. What I said was that someone was showing me the director's cut of Justice League Trinity War.
That's what it was, yes.
And then, like, in the script, they refer to, like, certain characters by their real names or who they really were. And I was like, oh, all right, I kind of know what's going to happen.
So, he was like, oh, dude, this is going to happen. He's like, you want me to tell you? And I was like, no, don't tell me at all. I don't want to know. And I read it, and then I was extremely disappointed. The freaking Pandora's box is not... Technically, it's not a box to release evil or release good.
Oh, the 7 deadly sins.
It is a
doorway.
It's a doorway to the other Earths.
That's what I figured. They always touch up on other Earths.
So, Earth 3, the crime syndicate, is coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So that means bad Superman, Owlman, all the guys from
Ultraman. It's Ultraman,
Johnny
Superwoman,
Quick, Power Ring.
Yes, Power Ring. What an untalented name for us. For technically, he's a villain, so I guess it's okay.
It's Superwoman, Owlman, Ultraman. What was it? Deathstorm.
I'm not
Johnny
gonna lie.
Quick, Power Ring.
I was more interested in the supposed Ben Reilly coming back to Scarlet Spider.
Yes.
Than what happened in the Trinity War. I was very disappointed.
See, you kind of find out that Marvel's a little bit more interesting.
No, Marvel just sometimes has really shitty twists and really good twists. Perfect example, Ultron, shitty twist. But I do like that it got to springboard AI, Avengers AI, which I love Avengers AI at this moment. But the Earth 3 thing, I knew Billy would be excited. I felt like Rene would probably be excited just because of, what was the movie? There was the movie
Crisis on Two Earths?
Crisis on Two Earths.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have read that, like, issue by issue, I would have been a little bit, like I said, disappointed of what the Pandora box really is. But then also, it would made up that you get to see the crime syndicate. But then also, that also leaves the superheroes in, like, a more clusterfuck.
Yeah, well, that's how we're about to jump into Forever Evil.
Yeah.
Which we've all been waiting for. We all know it's been happening, hence why they're having Villain Month. But
we all know it's been happening.
Well, I don't understand why Alfred is, like, the Joker.
He's not the Joker, he's the outsider.
Yeah,
what's the outsider? I don't...
Oh, that's from an old story.
But that's a different Earth, isn't it?
Hence
yeah,
why
it was a different Earth.
He came through.
Yeah.
Him and, like, one other person that joined the Justice League.
Oh, the Atom.
The Atom girl.
Oh, yeah.
Atomica.
Yeah. She is actually part of Earth 3. and she's part of the bad guys. And they're like, well, why the hell is Superman dying? And she's like, oh, that's easy. It's because I went to a tiny-ass form and I shoved kryptonite in his brain.
A little kryptonite sliver.
And then the scary thing was when Cyborg's suit disconnects from his body.
Oh, that's what I read about that too. I was like,
Oh
really?
my god, dude!
Yeah,
it
that was
brutal.
The grid.
Yes, the grid, and they're like, "Oh, I found this guy that was inside a cyborg."
So what? Okay, so here's
So
the question.
Cyborg's, like,
what
slowly-
human parts are left from Cyborg?
It's just his head, his chest, and I think one arm.
That's it.
I think so.
Oh wow.
Was that it?
I think so. They really focused more on like the actual metallic body,
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
dude, it freaking
but it looked pretty bad.
It was, yeah, it looked brutal when it freaking disconnected. And then Batman's just like, he's freaking dying, man. Everybody come help. And they're like, well, these bad guys are about to do something. No, just somebody help me save them, damn it. Get the fuck over here. So it got, I had to admit, it got intense, but it's the fact that I had to read 6 issues
Yeah.
for it to get intense. Because at
Is it-
first you're like, a war. And then you're like, where is our war?
It was whatever.
It was.
The war part was whatever. But here's the thing: it's not the end of a story. It's the beginning of a new story,
But
and
see,
I think that's what I kind
that's-
of would have expected.
That's what I don't like, though.
Yeah.
It
I
was
wanted
the same
it
thing
to-
with Age of
Always,
Ultron.
Like they hyped it up for so much.
I wanted it to be like a nice, neat story, but all it was like, no, this is just one big
It was
lead
just a
into another
beginning.
story.
To the point that like Mario's just on Instagram, just looking through his.
I'm
stuff.
looking for a particular picture what you guys are talking about. I gotta
For once, I'm
find it.
hoping Superboy Prime just comes back out of
Well,
retirement.
honestly, I will second that freaking motion this one
Ah.
time. This one time because this is stupid.
I will say when I read the review you posted for us, Matt, that
Actually, Rene was the one that found that.
Renee, thank you.
Oh no, wait, no,
No, you
Rene
said
found
it-
Rene found the Rocket Raccoon one. I found the Trinity War. I
Yeah.
apologize. Go on.
It does point to something when we do talk about, we do joke about this a lot on the show, but we talk about the fundamental differences between Marvel and DC. And I think when I was reading the review, because I didn't read all of Trinity War, I've only read I've only collecting JLA, which I'm going to stop now because that's now
JLC.
But it points to something in that I feel like with everything that's gone on in DC with Earth 1, Earth 2, now Earth 3, that it's such an insular world. In other words, if you're not part of it from the beginning, it's hard to pick up and figure out what's going on. You really don't have that with Marvel, aside from a title like Superior Spider-Man, where you just need to know that Peter Parker's been taken over by Doc Ock.
Yeah.
But there's so much backstory that keeps coming back in DC
Yeah.
that it's hard to
they do
just pick
that.
up and go. I mean, unless you're going to read an individual title, but it almost feels like when you read stuff like the crossovers, you need to know so much back history.
You know what? I'll agree with you on that because
Yeah.
at least Marvel has that beginning intro. Like, look, dude, this is what's happening. This is what's happened,
Yeah.
and this is where we're at now. Unlike with DC, usually, like if they do it, it's more. It's a paragraph. With Marvel, it's usually about 2 to 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Even when you were reading Avengers versus X-Men, you knew that it was a contained story. You were collecting what you were collecting. So
Yeah.
the side ones kind of didn't matter, but I mean,
Yeah.
you could buy it if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
But it explained the situation every single time, as if almost as if like previously on blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then
I
they do that, which I admit is very nice.
You know what's
Very
awesome?
nice with
It
Marvel.
kind of reminds me DC trying to pick up DC in the middle of like a story arc like that.
No.
Or like when you guys my eyes literally glaze over. Not because I'm bored, but it's just so much information.
Yeah.
It's like explaining like if you ever meet somebody from Australia or New Zealand or somebody from England or something, and they go, explain American football to me. And you're like, okay. You try to give them like the basics, and like like a minute in, their eyes have just rolled back in their head. They're just
Yeah.
like,
They're like, wait
okay.
a minute, why is there wait? There's a 5-second rule. Is there
I
a
feel
5-second rule? Wait, what?
I feel like as far as explanation, I think Marvel is probably more akin to baseball, where you can explain to somebody very quickly, very very quickly, and they can pick up on the game and kind of enjoy it. Whereas football, it takes a while. You got to know, play some games, get in there. I hate to make the sports analogy for you nerds out there.
It's like,
No, but it's true. It's like, all right, let's more or less do it this way. It's like owning a Mac and owning
There you go.
Samsung owning something that's Windows or PC. With DC is definitely more the PC. It's more of the we created it this way. We know it doesn't operate straightforward, but we like to believe that that's what makes us different. Marvel is very much simple and straightforward. This
Please
is
don't
what it
compare
is.
Marvel to Apple because I'm a PC guy. And,
But tell me that analogy was wrong.
Terrible?
Man. Yeah, tell me
yes,
it was terrible.
Yes.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
No,
I cannot find what I'm trying
I get
to-
what you're saying, that like when Marvel ever has a big main story arc, they have just this like its own comic. Well, DC, when they do a big story arc, it just goes into different titles. It doesn't have its own title. It ties in with, so with Trinity War, it first started
If you
in
want,
Justice
you
League.
could buy these little subtitles.
Yeah.
Unlike with Marvel almost forces you.
Yeah, Marvel forces you to like get the main story, but then like if you want to read the tie-ins,
No, well, that's the thing though, is if you're collecting like, let's say for Avengers versus X-Men, when it was Wolverine and the X-Men, you were reading Wolverine and the X-Men, and you're like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Unlike with DC, it's like it's a contained story within it. It's almost like an annual, if you will. It's like, all right, yeah, we all know that the Joker's been messing with Batman, so now the Joker's taking its shot at Nightwing. And if you want to continue, you could go ahead and jump on. That's the one thing I do appreciate about DC. It's like, if you want to jump on, you can. Even the Constantine tie-in, I didn't need to read the Trinity War. It was its own contained story, and it was Constantine trying to steal Shazam's power. Mm-hmm. And he does temporarily, and he tries to keep it, but he doesn't, and of course he gets screwed over. But it was just cool to have that story in there. And yeah, it was unnecessary, but it did set it up for what's going to continue down the route of Constantine, which was cool.
I did like Constantine in Trinity War. That's probably one of the good things I like. When he touches the Pandora's box and nothing happens.
Yeah, and they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, nah, dude, I did a spell. I'm good.
It was because the Pandora's box corrupts people. He's like, well, I'm already corrupted, so I knew nothing was going to happen.
Yeah, so it's almost like the whole, like, if you're pure evil, you could touch it. I kind of feel like that's what the case was with Constantine. Either that, or he's the perfect thing of, like, pure evil, yet pure goodness at the same time.
Yeah, he said you can't soil a pot that's already dirty.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll give you that. I like that analogy.
That was actually his exact words in the comic.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, it's like you can't soil a pot that's already dirty.
That's funny.
I loved it. I did like, but the thing is, it starts to progress it. Like, it's not just Earth Prime, because that's really what it is. It's Earth Prime, right?
Yeah, we're on
Earth
Prime.
Yeah, because Earth 1 would be like the Superman Earth 1.
Yeah,
Batman.
and then Earth 2 is obviously, you already have Earth 2, that's established. Now Earth 3 is the crime syndicate
Now,
one.
but they touched like Earth Prime, Earth 2, Earth 3.
You know
all
what I
ones.
You know what I would like? You know what I'd really like?
Trip to Europe?
No, trip out.
know,
So
okay,
so hold on. Forever Evil.
Yes.
The head of whatever they're doing is Lex Luthor. I would like it if it was at the very end. The twist was that it's Lex Luthor from Earth 3.
Hey,
And
do you know
But he's a good guy.
and that's why. So he'll pretend to be bad, but at the very end he'll be good, and he'll screw over the crime syndicate and everyone. Oh, your mic is out. No.
Hello? Okay.
There you go.
So like that's how like he would restore everything in a way?
Exactly.
Okay.
But I will not. I'm sorry to say it.
Exactly.
I will not collect Forever Evil. Sorry.
All right. There was another thing I wanted to mention that I
Talk to us, buddy.
Thomas Wayne Jr. He's like,
T. Wayne.
yeah, he's okay. Like, I just remember, I know it just hit me really late. Kind of like when you get a joke. You know when somebody tells you a joke and you don't get it until like you're coming home.
Yeah.
You're just like,
That's never happened to me. It's usually like 5 seconds later, but never when I'm driving home. Like,
Okay,
I got it.
okay. I know he has
What is this, the Book of Eli, when you're finally driving home? He was blind! Shit, it took you that fucking long to figure it out.
this whole time, like, I was, and I think about Thomas Wayne Jr. being the Owlman and how, like, in Earth 3, he has, like, a sidekick named the Talon. And I was just driving home, and I was like, Court of Owls! I was like, that's where he got the idea from.
Gosh. It took you that long.
It's like Thomas Wayne Jr. is the owl.
Yes.
And then like all his
Yes.
sidekicks were the Talons.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
That took me. Yes, I
So-
got that really late, and I was just thinking about it
What I
afterwards.
want to get into real quick is Mario's perspective on everything we've been talking about, everything we've been saying. Do you feel you should have collected Trinity War?
Nope.
Do you
I will borrow Renee's trade when he buys it.
will you read from there? Do you feel like you will read Forever Evil?
I will tell you what. You're gonna the DC titles. I'm thinning my DC herd.
Okay,
I'm basically collecting Superman Unchained,
which is really good.
which is really good. Batman, Superman.
How's that going?
It's been all right. I like the art.
I like Batman Superman.
I think that's the reason I won't collect it is because of the art.
Why?
Oh, Jay Lee's awesome.
I don't like him. Don't like him.
Why not?
I don't know the way he draws. Like,
Wait, who?
Jay Lee.
Oh,
I don't know. I really liked it when he did. I can never pronounce his name, so Mario's gonna correct.
What's that? What?
Ozymandias.
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 Or
always say-
Ozymandias.
No, the art for that is great. I got every
Yeah,
issue.
I love the art. I love the way they did it in there. But to have that art get pulled onto Superman, Batman, it doesn't feel. It was the same thing when we had Batman Inc. I feel like the artist, it wasn't the right art for the story that Grant Morrison
Did
was
you
trying to
want to
say.
say, "Look upon me, ye mighty, and despair"?
Or
I like that quote.
That's a poem from the poem Ozymandias by Percy by Shelley.
Yeah.
I met a traveler from an antique land.
you gonna continue that? Or?
I can't remember the rest of it. I just remember the opening and the closing. I met a traveler from an antique land.
And-
It's about a guy who finds a huge statue of a god named Ozymandias out in the desert.
But I mean, what's not to like? Look at the cover. Who's on the cover of Batman Superman?
A really shittily drawn Doomsday.
That looks
That's
awesome.
actually Darkseid.
Dark
but-
Side, sorry.
Dark Side.
Okay, that must be pretty bad if you thought it was Doomsday.
Yeah, see, all I see are red eyes, and I was like, messed up teeth, Doomsday.
No,
Which I
that's
might add, Doomsday is coming back for Villains Month. Superman.
on Batman Superman.
Is it? No, it's not Batman Superman.
It is.
Oh,
Boom.
damn it.
Boom.
Oh, well, that's a hint why Darkseid's in it, so there you go.
Boom, boom, boom,
All right,
boom.
so from there, do you feel like you'll collect Forever Evil?
I didn't know. No. There's no need. Like I said, there's so much backstory in DC. I don't have that kind of time to get involved.
You know what?
I don't have time to figure out who's from Earth 2, Earth 3. It's just not. And the characters aren't compelling enough for me to go. And I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just saying for me, the characters aren't compelling for me to go, well, what's the difference between this guy and this guy? I just.
That was
I
a
don't
good
know.
thing about the New 52. Like one of my favorite characters, Green Arrow. Like there was just way too much backstory to that guy. I mean,
And now
he was
it's kinda
young. He
cleared
was in
up,
the
calm and collective now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now because Forrest was in Justice League, then he wasn't in the Justice League, then he had Roy Harper, then he kicked him out for doing drugs, then he died.
So that's what the
then
New
he comes
52
back to
was
life.
supposed to help like clear up. But I
I
understand.
know. Then
So-
he has a son. Then he has another Speedy.
Yeah.
Then he's divorced. Then he's not divorced. Then his son hates him. It just get all over the place. Then it was two
which
Green
is
Arrows.
why which is why they did the New 52. But I still have to agree with Mario. Like they still left some of the backstory like touched but untouched. So it's like, wait, does it count? Does it not count? But
And they don't explain it either.
and exactly. But
Like
sorry to go against you, Mario. My question is,
You're not going against me.
No. Listen to me.
We're best friends.
Batman
man.
was still dead at one point apparently.
Yes. You say that, but you put your heart into reading The Walking Dead and trying to catch up with all those. So.
Yeah, but the Walking Dead is in a contained universe. Is one. There's not like, oh, okay, we came from this alternate universe, and in the alternate universe, Carl's a mercenary, like a 40-year-old mercenary, and then in Earth, and then in Universe 3, he's a girl. You don't have that going on. Like, Lex Luthor is in this universe, but in this universe he's good, and it's so much. It's like, how do I know which Earth I'm in?
Yes, I agree with you.
Is there a way they differentiate which, like, when
The
they
Earth
cross
3
over?
thing was kind of a little too much.
That's the way they name
That's
them.
why they established Infinity Crisis
Mm-hmm.
to finally kind of like condense everything.
Oh,
in
the
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
By the way, just so you know, that was the debut of Superboy Prime. And he was a good guy.
Who punches the universe into... See, I think you should just do it at the end of every year. Just have Superboy Prime come out and just...
Believe it or not, Superboy Prime...
Every 12 issues, and then they'll never get to issue 13. You're like, when, damn it, when?
Superboy Prime is, believe it or not, that is DC's cop-out. Whenever something doesn't make sense, they'll be like, they write in Superboy Prime to punch reality. He's like, oh, it's all
He's
settled
only
out.
done it
He's the
once.
Deus Ex
Calm
Machina
down.
of...
I mean, he's done that. He's tried to murder a lot of other Supermen.
He's the Deus Ex Machina. He's just something you use
Yeah,
every
exactly.
time you need to... What?
So,
We're showing pictures of cute girls.
Look it up.
What's this wee business? I don't even have a Facebook. All right, Billy,
God.
for or against the Trinity War?
I just saw a preview of Forever Evil, so for right now, I'm for it. I'm still in the ride. I'm not gonna jump out yet.
All right, Billy. I mean, Rene, sorry.
Don't ever make that mistake again.
Ouch.
No, I'm kidding.
Ouch.
That was pretty good. I'm gonna read Forever Evil, just to read it, just the first issue, just to see how it is, just how it tastes.
We want constant updates.
And then you are possibly going to read the trade, whether you feel it's worthy or not.
I'm going to check it out. I definitely want to read it. I just don't feel like I need
You know,
to
you
collect
don't
it.
need to do it right
Well,
now.
so
There's not
far,
necessary.
that's another thing. I've actually liked Justice League from the beginning.
Okay.
So,
That's a
So,
good
all
position
right,
to have.
okay, that's good because it's Justice League. If you would have said Justice League of America, like us two, and now we have to
actually,
see him
my
being some
favorite
kind
Justice
of-
League title already got canceled.
Which one's that?
International.
You like JLI.
I liked JLI a lot.
Renee's making a face.
I agree. All right, and then for me, honestly,
like he just
I
smelled cooking
I
cabbage.
didn't like the Trinity War. I'm going to go ahead. I'll probably wait for the trade for Forever Evil. But we are done with our first subject, so that means it's time for this week's brand new comics.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it away right now.
Go, Renee.
There we go.
Go, Renee.
All right, so this week we got Action Comics 23.1 Cyborg Superman, including the 3D and standard, all new X-Men, Enemy Comic Girls, Animal Trade Paperback Volume 3, Army of Darkness versus Hack and Slash, Avengers AI, Baltimore Imperial Train, Batman 23.1, Joker, also with the 3D and standard cover, Batman and Robin 23.1, Two-Face, also with the 3D and standard cover, Batman Black and White, Batman the Dark Knight 23.1, Ventriloquist, also with the 3D and standard cover, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight trade paperback, Black Arts, Catalyst Comics, Chew, Danger Girl, Army of Darkness, Danger Girl, The Chase, Daredevil, Dark Knights, DC versus Masters of the Universe, Deadpool kills Deadpool, Detective Comics 23.1, Poison Ivy with this 3D and standard cover, Dexter, Earth 2 15.1, DSAD, 3D and standard cover, Emerald City of Oz, Ferris, Flash 23.1, Grodd, also with a 3D and standard cover, Forever Evil, Green Arrow 23.1, Count Vertigo, also with a 3D and standard cover, Green Lantern 23.1, Relic, also with a 3D and standard cover, Green Lantern, Rise of the Third Army, Haunted Horror, Infinity, Invincible Universe, Iron Man, Justice League 23.1, Darkseid, also with a 3D and standard cover, Justice League Dark, Creeper, also with a 3D and standard cover, Justice League of America, Deadshot, also with a 3D and standard cover, Legend of Strode, Legends of the Dark Knight, Love Stories to Die For, Nova Prime, Quantum and Woody, Reality Check, Satellite Sam, Screwed, Shadow Man, Sheltered, Sonic the Hedgehog, Spawn, Star Wars. Oh, that's the Star Wars, I'm sorry.
Wait, the Star Wars?
The Star
Star Wars
Wars
is out tomorrow?
Yeah.
the Star Wars!
And then we also have Superior Foes of Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, Superman 23.1, Bizarro, also with the 3D and standard cover, Trillium, Venom, Walking Dead, X-Factor, X-Men Battle of the Atom, and X-Men Legacy. And that concludes this week's new comics.
Brand new comics. I don't know why that voice was necessary when I did it last week, but felt pretty good to do.
I think
Thank you, Rene, for taking away.
It was a lot of reading, especially Villains Month.
This month, I'm really looking forward to everything not DC, because all my stories keep going and not take a break.
You know what I am excited about? I'm not even reading it. Is Deadpool Kills Deadpool? How's that going, Rene?
Deadpool Kills Deadpool? That one's really good, actually. The first issue was a little bit slow, but the second one actually made up for it, so it was really good.
Yeah, you know what? There's some titles like I just feel. What was the first Deadpool one? That was Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yes, that's the start of it all. And then this Deadpool Kills Deadpool is the final storyline.
Well, there were 3 storylines.
There's 3 storylines. So
Then there was Deadpool Kills what?
No, it was Deadpool Illustrated, where it was in that one because in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, he finds out that he is a comic book character, and that he decides what's the point of even living if people are just reading us, if we're just fictional characters.
We're nothing.
Yeah, so basically he decides to just murder every single person within his universe. And so then after that, he ends up at the end of the Marvel Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. He kills everyone's already dead. Like he shot Spider-Man in the head. Like his brains are all over like the pavement. This is the one that I found really interesting, is that he kills the Avengers all in one shot. What he does is that he gets Ant-Man's technology, shrinks down to like a little bitty like spectacle, and then like also shrinks like a bunch of like explosives, and then he becomes super big, and then the whole tower just explodes too. But then also Wolverine's like the last one standing.
Of course.
Like, yeah, he goes like, dude, like, did you really think that would work on me? He goes, not necessarily. You know that coffee you were drinking? And he sets it off and he'll just like explode into like just pieces. So Wolverine's dead already.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so then
check it out. You definitely read it. It's really gross.
I like this guy. He's just like, I can't stand DC's multiple Earths. But let me tell you about Marvel's Ultimate Other.
This is Deadpool. I'm sorry.
You have Deadpool just killing off of one universe, so you don't have to worry about another one.
Because Marvel will only pull out the other universes when they need it. It's like, okay, we're going to this.
No, that's not true. Why do they need to do Age of Ultron?
They did. I was just going to say they did it in Age of Ultron.
Honestly, I have to say this. I like DC's multiverse. I like Marvel's multiverse. I think it's good to have a choice of everything.
There's multiverse kind of guys, and there's one universe kind of guys. Like with me, it's like, dude, I don't need nothing fancy schmancy, man. I like my toast, I like my over easy egg and my bacon, and leave me alone. You don't need to add cheese to it. You ain't no Thousand Island. Just give me some pepper, man, and that's all I need is just a little bit of pepper.
What about Tabasco?
Tabasco.
You put ketchup on your eggs? I get a lot of flack for that, but I like ketchup on my eggs.
If it's scrambled.
I'm curious to what the power round is.
Oh no, we're not getting into that.
You want my power round?
Let's do it.
No, we're not. It is not power round time yet.
All right, because I got one for you. I got a good one.
Yeah, we got to stick on.
Yeah, so from there, Deadpool into Illustrated,
where he finds out that
nobody is really dead.
No, there's like no point because with every decision that we make, it just creates another universe.
Well, and he also figures out that he's in the last panel of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe is that
he figures
out he's in a comic book.
Yeah.
He figures that he's like, wait, I'm in a comic book. So what he's trying to do is just destroy the universe. So he says, what he sets out to do is destroy all of fiction. Is what he's trying to do.
Which is why he goes to kill Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, he kills Huckleberry Finn. He kills the captain from Moby Dick, and then he kills. He kills Mowgli.
No, Mowgli from the Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he kills him. He, like, severs his head off. And then it's funny because, like, he goes to
Was it easy? He's just
castle.
like, here's a kid. Clack.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he fight he fights, like, Shere Khan, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he goes to Frankenstein's castle, and instead of, like, what Frankenstein originally put as a brain, Deadpool puts part of his brain into the Frankenstein's monster. So it basically obeys him, but also with the same mentality as Deadpool.
Oh, so gosh. So it's like, shit, I'm in a freaking book, aren't I? And it's like,
should read it.
It's
worth reading.
It's really good. And
but wait, what about the Sherlock Holmes thing?
Sherlock Holmes was slowly but surely figuring out that what Deadpool was up to. So then he starts investigating. Then he starts building a team. He gets like Mulan, I believe, also.
Wait, did you just say Mulan?
Yeah, or like
like Disney Mulan?
No, it was like the story, like the actual character that like the written story of her.
Okay.
And then who else? He had
Tried to just get people that could actually stand up against him.
yeah, it was
Okay.
like all those strong people.
I forgot who else, but Sherlock Holmes puts together basically a
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
That's what I felt like. Yeah.
They were kind of they were kind of aping that, and then but Sherlock Holmes stops him, but
They like reach like the center of like the fictional universe where it's like all the ideas are made, kind of.
So it's like Fabletown.
It was like a pocket dimension, almost kind of like.
It's almost like he went to the Big Bang, the origin of the Big Bang,
Like
but
the origin.
but for fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so basically, Deadpool was there, like thinking
Destroying
if he keeps
everything.
thinking of just these things don't exist, then they would be all destroyed. So Sherlock is stuck in that universe, constantly thinking about the characters that
He's trying to
were
remember
written.
everything.
He's trying to remember everything.
Because it'll keep it from disappearing, and
Yeah.
that's how it ends. He
That-
leaves
yeah.
him. He doesn't kill him, but he leaves him like stuck in that loop. Like
Yeah. So
he's
Sherlock's
trying
stuck in that loop.
he's trying to remember everything so that it won't, so that the universe won't cave in on
Yeah.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that was kind of.
so wait, what happens at the end of that?
That's it. That's how it ends. And then, like, for some reason, in Deadpool Kills Deadpool, there's like a league of evil Deadpools from different universes coming to kill all of Deadpool's because they figured out that Deadpool's like kind of like the little needle that's holding everything almost. So they figured if we kill all the Deadpools within all the universes, then reality will shatter. That's
Okay.
what they're thinking. So
So how many issues is Deadpool versus Deadpool?
I think they're all 4 issues.
4 issues.
Four
and
issue
only 2
arcs.
issues out right now.
Yes, and it takes a while for those to come out.
Deadpool
huh?
3
Yeah.
comes out. Deadpool because Deadpool 3 comes out tomorrow.
4 issues. I like that. I like the size of that.
I like I like that whole idea. It sounds really freaking awesome. Let's go ahead. Let's get into our next subject, which is Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon.
Do 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 do. My dad. I was listening to. Oh, I'm a little staticky. I was listening to K Jazz. I was
What was
heading,
it?
and there's one thing I love about K Jazz is that randomly they will play Charlie Brown. So you hear the da na 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 na, and I was like, yes, that is jazz. People don't know that is jazz, and just to hear
Vince
that.
Guaraldi.
Just to hear that and driving down here, I was like, hell yeah, this is fucking awesome. This podcast is going to be great. Just like my weekend was great.
If anyone knows the name of that composition by Vince Guaraldi, I will give you the title. You will win a something or other. We'll figure out something to give away.
Did you seriously just do that right now? You
Linus
just,
and Lucy.
what are you giving away, dude? I don't got nothing.
I'll give away something.
Your 2 cents doesn't count.
Yeah, for free. There you go. Little Charlie. Wait, let's find a better version of that.
So, Bradley Cooper. I mean, the only sad thing.
Ah, you ruined it. Why'd you just say the name? We were supposed to gradually go into it. We were supposed to keep it under wraps. You just like straight ripped up everything and just threw it in the air. Damn you.
He caught it and ripped it up.
You're like my parents, like, it's December 23rd.
No, but now it's out
Phone was
there.
beeping.
Bradley Cooper has been
Yeah,
confirmed.
Bradley Cooper is confirmed as Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, my
it is
God.
not Jason Alexander.
No,
Could there be someone with a less?
Voice.
Yeah, just why? Who cares? Like it's like he's just got a regular voice. There's nothing that makes his voice different than anybody else's.
I wouldn't say that. He has a
Bradley
very
Cooper's
kinda
big
like-
selling point is that he's a handsome guy. No
Yeah.
homo.
I kind of think he's ugly.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know about good taste.
Well, I also don't have a vagina. Excuse me, that I don't look at guys and I'm like, I would fuck him. Actually, no,
No,
there's one
there's
or
nothing.
two.
He did not say that. He said he was good looking. There's a difference between
I
saying
said he's
Okay.
handsome.
Okay, I believe Leonardo
gotta go there,
DiCaprio.
man?
I believe Leonardo DiCaprio is a handsome guy.
Let's
Now
talk about
compare
really?
him.
I don't think he is a handsome guy. I don't know, he's
Man,
weird
okay,
now.
you know what? Man, power round.
As the, wait,
Who's your
is-
man crush? Who's your man crush?
I already said what my man
I got my
crush
man
is.
Okay, go Renee. Power
Nathan
round.
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Billy, who's your man crush?
I said it before. I'll say it again. It's Ben Affleck.
Wait, are we talking about movies now?
Man
or just in
crush.
general?
Man crush.
Dude,
Say it.
Davey Havoc, the singer of AFI.
There you go. Me, anybody, any
You
guy.
said Harrison Ford.
Always. Anybody from my generation.
To now? Because Harrison Ford now is pretty bad.
Indiana Jones and Han Solo. Forget
There
about
you
it.
go.
Yeah,
Name
but
somebody from your generation. Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah. Name somebody from your generation.
my
That's
generation is Davey Havoc.
Whatever. That's okay. I don't know what he looks like, but I'm assuming he looks like Havoc from.
He kind of looks like no. He kind of looks like. Go ahead, search him up. Search him up. Look up Davey Havoc.
Nah.
What a jerk! He goes down this route to
He's
insult me.
already
And he's
set
like,
on mind of what the guy looks like. He doesn't
He
want to
looks
change
like,
it.
he looks like Havoc. I don't need to look it up. I'm looking at it right there on the wall. Right over there.
you dick. Was that
like Havoc
that was the
from
worst
X-Men.
power round ever. Like we didn't even have to think. We all already.
I
knew.
got my other power under. You ready?
No, not yet. We're talking about
No,
talking
okay,
about
we still
Bradley
gotta talk about
Cooper,
it, Tom.
man.
This is a question for the ages. You don't need it. There's nothing to talk about. Bradley Cooper is the voice. That's it. Like, what are we going to talk
Oh my
about?
gosh! All right, we could talk about is Guardians of the Galaxy going to be a horrible movie or not?
I think it's going to be good.
Great.
I think it's got enough.
Space Avengers, I'm in.
You know what it is too. I think it's enough of a. If it's enough of an obscure title that you can kind of do what you want with it.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are
A
going to.
lot of people don't know.
You
so
know
like,
what?
Yeah, not a lot of people know Guardians of the Galaxy like deeply into it. They just know it's just Space Avengers.
Yeah, and Space Adventures.
Space Avengers.
You know, it's
Fuck
like,
yeah!
somebody made a meme about it earlier where like it's like DC only does Batman and Superman, but they won't do Wonder Woman because it's too complicated. It's like versus Marvel, who's like, here's a talking raccoon with machine guns.
Yeah.
Have fun.
That's awesome. Dude, that's awesome.
I like that. I like that a lot, and it's true, dude. Did
I
they have
love
to do
Marvel
it-
that takes so many risks. They're like, now has anyone heard of Guardians of the Galaxy? No, put it out there. People will come.
Yeah.
Dude,
Thanos.
you would want to see a
Thanos.
talking
Thanos.
raccoon fucking just straight up murdering people.
Now, in the comics, Rene, is he a full size? Is he like an anthropomorphic raccoon where he's almost like human size?
No,
No,
dude,
he's like
he's
an
a
actual size of a
raccoon.
raccoon.
That makes it even more awesome.
I know, right?
I'm just thinking of the raccoon and Elf.
But
Does
this is-
somebody need a hug?
Dude, but this is what has to happen in that movie. If this scene happens, I'll laugh my ass off. I just want the raccoon to just like walk up to the guys, and they're like, "Fuck is a raccoon doing here?" And then he stands up on his hind legs and just beats the shit out of him. And he's like, "We're good, you guys. We can get it. Let's handle business." If that doesn't happen, then I'll be sorely disappointed. Because honestly, I was driving home one time. I already said it when we talked about the Rocket Raccoon thing, and Rene hadn't eaten, so he got upset and mad. I drove by and I just
Rocket
stopped,
Raccoon.
and I just see this raccoon just chilling, waddling across the street. I was like, "Did that really just fucking happen right
Those
now?"
guys are mean, dude. Stay away from it.
I'm telling you, I can't, dude. When I go camping, they're like the nicest. It's like having a dog.
Because they're tame, dude. Because they want food, but they'll turn on you. It's true, man.
They'll bite the head.
They did warn that you can't even leave a crack in your car, cracked window or anything, because
Oh yeah,
they'll pull it down.
yeah.
If you want to see something terrifying, go to Yosemite and stay in the campgrounds there. And then when you go to check in, they'll have signs in the office that say, "Do not leave food in the car." And it shows what bears have done to cars. Like basically, bears can stick their claws in between the door frame and the door, and they'll just peel the door down till the window breaks.
No shit, like an orange.
I'm not even kidding, dude. They have all these pictures. Like no big deal. Like you're like
One side of your car sign, the other side
Yeah.
fucking bent door.
yeah,
Dude, can you
literally
imagine,
bent
like,
door. Dude.
You're not safe in your
No,
car.
you're
once you see a
not.
bear.
So then it's like, okay, have fun sleeping in your tent.
Oh, your nice little shit of a tent.
No. And then you're like, I'm going to leave my food in my Jeep that has vinyl top and no real windows. It's just plastic, but my food will be safe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
You go, where the fuck is my vinyl top? Are you going to play some more stuff?
Young boy named Rocky Raccoon.
Oh, what?
What is this?
Ran off with another guy. He hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. Said, "I'm gonna get that boy." So one
You
day
know what song this is?
No.
booked himself a room at the local saloon.
What? How do I know this and I hate the Beatles?
That's not the Beatles.
This is Fish doing a cover of the Beatles.
Oh,
But it's Rocky Raccoon. You've never heard the song Rocky
No,
Raccoon?
I haven't. What album is that off of?
The White Album. How do I know this? I hate the Beatles.
Yes.
Do you like the Stones?
I do love the Stones. Love the Stones. man.
You knew that I went to go see the Stones.
How
That's
was
fuck-
it?
Oh my gosh.
I would go see that show.
I was
Rocky
like
Raccoon.
8 rows away from like the little walk area where like Mick Jagger likes to go to, because Mick Jagger, I guess I want to say it was Aretha Franklin, but I could be wrong. And they were like, yeah, he was like, yeah, your music's great, but you don't move at all. So like, how do people get into it? So from there, that's why Mick Jagger always moved and danced and did stuff because it was to get the crowd hype. So he's like one of the ultimate like frontman. Period.
If you ever want to see something awesome, listen to this, you little Google guys. Google. Go to Google James Brown Tammy Show, TAMI show, and it's from like it was a TV special they did in like the 60s. It was recorded at the Santa Monica Civic Center. It is one of the best performances ever by James Brown, and the Rolling Stones were on it because it was all these. It was kind of like the People's Choice Awards of its day, and the Stones were huge at that time. And James Brown was still kind of relatively unknown outside of like
soul,
outside of the soul. So, but he hadn't quite become James Brown yet. Well, the Mick Jagger and the boys, being as hip as they were, knew who James Brown was, and they begged, "Please do not make us follow James Brown. Please." Do not make us follow James Brown. They're like, no, you guys are the biggest act this year. You're going to follow James Brown. James Brown, the show he puts on,
fucking cake.
You have to see it. It's so awesome. And then when the Stones come out, it's kind of anticlimactic. And it's sad because the Stones really loved and respected James Brown. But the promoters of the show were like, no, you guys are the most popular. You're going on first. But they begged him, please don't make us go on after James Brown. And he freaking wipes the floor. Like, by the time he's done, you would not want to go out, dude. He does the whole thing. But look it up, kids. You're going to cry. James Brown.
There's show. Actually a... if you listen to
Renee's
blues,
tuned out. Renee, I'm sorry. Spider-Man, Deadpool.
Real quick. There is a... It is John Lee Hooker, amazing blues player. In the 80s, he does a show at a blues, like almost like buffet thing. They have like the way you sit, there's 3 aisles of like picnic tables, and that's it. And he's playing for his birthday. Everything's cool, calm. All you hear is, Mick Jagger! And he eventually gets the whole Rolling Stones to play with John Lee Hooker, and they're freaking just...
That is awesome.
It is just a jam session, dude. They're just playing, like, random stuff, man. It's freaking amazing. Definitely check it out. It is John Lee Hooker's... I think it's, like... They want to say it's, like, his 70th or, like...
We'll be right back with the regrets after this.
Shut up.
Just going to say that, too.
Speaking of commercials...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've heard about it in stories. You've heard about it on the podcast. Undercity Comics in Whittier. We are located at 11219 First Avenue, Whittier, California. Come on down and check out all the comics. DC, got it. Marvel, got it. IDW, got it. Dark Horse, got it. Kaboom, we don't give a shit. We got that too. All your comics are down here waiting to be read. They're wrapped in plastic. We're not some hack, second-rate comic book shop that just leaves their stuff in piles around the house like at your best friend's apartment. That place is disgusting. Everything is wrapped, beautiful, ready to be pulled off the shelf, purchased, and read. You want to read it here? We don't care. Pull up a chair. You want to come in and bring your greasy food and put that all over your own comic books? That's fine. Just don't put it on ours. We've got toys. We've got games. We've got beverages. We've got pennies. Feed the penny monster at Undercity Comics. Why are you still listening to me? Get in your car and drive down here now.
All right, thank you very much, Mario, for that beautiful commercial for
I'm sorry, I looked up that
Undercity
now I'm staring
Comics. Let's go ahead. Let's get into your power round.
No, you do your... Well, I'll do mine first because it's lame.
I don't have a power round.
I thought you had one.
No, that's what I said at the beginning. I was like, I don't have a power round.
This is so dumb because we've been hyping it, but I've been hyping it. But I have a question because I was making a sandwich today before I got here.
What?
I was making a sandwich today. Power round. What is worse? Mustard juice
or ketchup
or
juice
weenie juice from a hot dog. The water
so
that's
like,
the
water
water.
you
So
get
when
from,
you,
like,
you know when you go make a
Sue's face.
you know when
She's just looking like, why?
You know when you go make a sandwich, I got mustard and it was upset. The squirts and the first squirt was all mustard juice and it just soaked the bread. I was so disgusted. But then I thought, you know what's worse? the juice that's left over in a pack of
Yeah,
weenies.
I
say
that.
weenie
I say,
juices.
yeah,
Wait,
I say
do you
weenie
want me to
juice.
play the music, or is it
Oh yeah,
just...
go ahead. Okay, go.
Are we gonna really? We're gonna really power
Yeah,
round
this is
this?
power
we're gonna
round
power
this.
round this. This is like,
All right, dude. This is
Pretty
the
interesting.
this is the fat kid power hour right now.
hey, I resent that.
I resemble that.
Let's go ahead. Let's
Okay,
go.
Renee, mustard juice or weenie juice, which is worse?
I think because like I'm done with the whole mustard juice, and like when it happens to my bread, I just put more mustard around that part, so like it doesn't like oh that's just more mustard. So, but I say the juice from a hot dog packet.
Billy.
That depends on the Franks.
I gotta just say this, Billy, and I hope this is not an insult, but you look like a guy who would just straight up drink the weenie juice. Like you'd just be like, "Hey, it's meat byproduct," and then chug it. Like,
Yes.
There's proteins in there.
I wish I could say I was that kind of guy. No, you know, there's some Franks or like pineapple something Franks, or like they have like those flavored
Yeah.
Franks. Those
Bacon dogs?
I can if it's one of those, I could probably let it slide.
I couldn't do it, man.
But for the most part, I would have to say that weenie juice is usually the worst.
Yeah, because meat byproduct, man. What about you, Renee? Or I'm sorry, Matt the Rat.
You know what? I always have a saying with hot dogs. It's just part of the pig. The pig doesn't even want back. So pig's like, dude, take it.
You're
I don't
not
even
kidding.
care. So yeah, the meat juice from that dude. Mustard is like, yeah, it has like vinegar and it has, you know, obviously mustard seeds and stuff like that. So for it to be at least more natural and not like you already said, have the meat byproduct, I would definitely have to go with the juice from a hot dog. But that's why you gotta buy something good. You gotta buy like what's that kosher stuff? There's like a kosher hot dog.
Hebrew National.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It didn't even matter if the juice is. I might drink that juice.
That's still beef juice.
Yeah, but Hebrew Nationals are delicious.
It's because it's raw, I think. Because if you have like the juice from a steak, I'll eat that. That's no problem.
Okay, real quick. What's worse, the juice from a hot dog or the juice from bologna?
Oh.
What's worse? Everybody's just like, oh fuck.
It's still pretty bad.
From what I can tell, I mean, juice from a bologna, that's usually like cheap bologna too. Like,
Is there anything that's quality bologna?
Yeah,
I've never heard of
If you go to
quality
like you go to
bologna.
like a meat market and they give you
yeah,
actual
they give you,
bologna.
like, actual
I've never been to a meat market that's
Really?
had bologna.
You gotta go to like an Italian market.
Yeah.
How about when you get like that hard sausage from like a meat market and you like leave it out in the sun and it just gets all sweaty?
Oh yeah.
Why are we talking about this?
Because you wanted to choose this power round.
It's probably the most awesome power round yet.
Oh gosh, it's probably the greatest thing I've ever
Okay,
created.
which superhero would drink the weenie juice?
I'd say Green Arrow because he survived on an island, so he really doesn't care about anything.
Oh, God.
I'd say Hawkeye would probably resort to drinking it just because he's broke so often.
All right, so apparently,
Okay, I'm going to go with Animal Man.
no, you wouldn't do it. He'd be eating his own kind. So
Sue, mustard juice or weenie juice, which is worse?
weenie juice. All right,
It's
so
unanimous.
it is unanimous. Weenie juice is worse than
Weenie
mustard
juice
juice.
is no one wants.
Are we going
weenie
to start?
juice.
Does that mean like our next power round is going to be like Pepsi or Coke?
Oh, Coke.
Ugh, Pepsi.
Pepsi just to tie things up.
Just for
No,
fun. All right,
don't do that.
Sue's the tiebreaker. Sue,
You're drinking a Coke.
Pepsi or Coke?
Yeah.
Bastards.
Hey kids, 20th Century Man here, and if you're enjoying this podcast, and let's be honest, how can you be? Listen, come on over to the Superiority Complex, all right? I don't act like this all the time. Sometimes I'm a normal human being, and you can hear me interviewing great people about great topics.
Barely ever.
Yeah. I had Matt Bogarine, is that his name? Matt the Rat. I had him on the other day, mostly because I couldn't get anybody else. But hey, he's a trooper and he showed up. But that's just the type of guest that I have every week. We talk about geeky things. We talk about movies. We talk about comics. We talk about music. We talk about TV shows. We talk about anything and everything. So come on over to the Superiority Complex. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/soupcomplex, SOUP complex. Follow us on Twitter at Soup Complex, or go on over to the show page at www.superioritycomplex.podbean.com. Come on out, all you comic comers. Yeah, you know.
All right, thank you very much, Mario, for that commercial.
You're welcome. I did that. I do those commercials live, by the way.
Yeah, completely improvisational. So it is time for one of the most beautiful things we've done in a very long time. We have never done a contest. We have done a couple of gifts for people. We've done some nice actions, but we have never, ever done a contest. So this contest was through Instagram for the first Robot Chicken poster.
Shake up.
If you went ahead and you liked our Undercity Chaos video that we made, that myself, MTR, was in the cowl at the very end, and I yelled that I'm Batman in the Christian Bale cancer voice. So we went ahead, we did Rochambeau before, and Mario,
Who? 20th Century Man?
20th Century Man,
Century Man.
actually won to draw the name. So we had all the names from the Instagram that went ahead and liked it, and this is it. This is the final hour. They all liked, and gosh, dude, somebody take a picture of this so we could do the next one. It was through Instagram on RATTHAUSPRODUCTIONS.
And Bingo was his name.
So go ahead, Mario. Let's all have a drum roll, please.
I feel like I have a good one right here. Ready? And the winner is. And the winner. Oh, I got two.
Oh.
That was Jessica Panties. No, I'm joking.
Let's see who would have won.
Julian Munoz. You have won yourself a Robot Chicken poster. The other person would have been.
Avid gamer where?
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Adam.
So
Gamer.
close, no matter how far.
Julian Munoz, come on down. Your Robot Chicken poster.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Yeah, congratulations, Julian Munoz. You have won a Robot Chicken poster. Robot Chicken poster, Star Wars 3. So, gotta establish that.
Lego Star Wars 3.
So, that's freaking awesome. So, we're going to go ahead and we still have two more, you guys. So, I already pitched out the first idea.
Uh-huh.
You guys pitch out the second idea, how to do the next one, because the listeners do have to listen to the podcast before this one, this week's and the next week's one, to know what's going on. So, I'm going to leave it to you three. What do you guys want to do next?
Like for a prize?
Well, to win the prize, do they got to come
win the
in? Is it the first person that comes in to say a word? What do they do?
What I would do is have some kind of trivia contest, so that you do a show. So they have to have listened to the show. So this will be something from the show. Okay. I'm stealing this from Never Not Funny, by the way, which is how they do it. Then what they do is that you have them post on your Instagram or your Facebook page or whatever, and then you pick a winner at random. You basically count how many.
We just did right now.
Count how many. Yeah.
I kind of like doing this because that way
it's a fair chance.
It's
for
a fair
everybody.
chance. So people have to like something, or maybe certain times on Instagram. Like
okay, then go ahead.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is not everybody listens to the show at the same time. So that's why I say have them go to a certain spot like Instagram or Facebook page or whatever, and then write the names down or put however many names are in there, and then put them in a hat and then draw it. And,
So let's go ahead. Let's go with our trivia question then. How about you, since you are the Star Wars fan? You could go down the route of either Robot Chicken or Star Wars, and what's the question that they need to know?
Oh, okay, in Star Wars, here's a question for you.
No, but I want something. I want something. Even when you Google it, it's freaking hard to find. Like you need to know.
Well, you don't want to make it too hard.
Oh my gosh! All right, fine.
Well,
people have Google at their disposal. It should be a little hard.
Yeah,
right.
You could Google anything.
Okay, I just did this. I did this yesterday.
I like how Sue's interested. She's like, "What are they gonna do?"
Oh,
all right,
Sue's got an idea.
We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have Sue on for a quick moment. Then Sue apparently has the idea, and she runs the shop, and obviously it's successful. So just saying. She's
Sue,
got an
for a
idea.
person who used to hate getting on, you come over now. You sidle over here.
She actually volunteered herself this time.
Well, I just have an idea.
All right, what's your idea?
Go ahead.
What's your
You
idea?
know how you said that you want to make sure that someone listens to the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it a question where only on the podcast they would know. Like,
That's
for
what I said.
example, what would Matt, what did Matt say when?
That's
Billy
what I said.
Oh, all
That's what I
right.
said.
So
All right.
at least then they have to listen to the podcast. And then
All
when
right.
they go on
I like
Instagram
that.
or Facebook,
I
or
like
something,
that.
their
Okay, here, I
answer,
got
the
it.
ones with the right answers.
That's
get put
exactly what I was
into
suggesting.
What do you want to do?
Bravo.
What is the stereotype thing that Matt never said, but apparently everybody believes?
I was going to say
Oh, yeah.
on,
I know that one.
on today's show, I believe I mentioned who that cover of Rocky Raccoon was done by.
Ah.
Did I mention it?
Oh.
Yep. You
If
did.
you can get the band name, I did mention it, right?
Yes.
Okay, if you know, if you got to go back and listen now, who did the cover of the version of Rocky Raccoon that I played? Then put
Go
that
ahead,
on our
and,
on
go ahead and
Instagram.
give us the answer on Instagram. From there, whoever has all the whoever's answered, we will do a drawing next
And
week.
where can they find that Instagram account?
RATTHAUSPRODUCTIONS. That is Rat House Production, one freaking word.
And Sue, where can we find Undercity on the web?
Oh, you mean the Facebook page or the regular webpage?
You tell us, sister.
I just suggest people to go to our Facebook page.
Okay,
Undercity
where
Comics,
can we find that?
on Undercity Comics?
Undercity Comics. That is
You
two
are
different
really-
words. Undercity, one word. Comics.
You are
another.
really
And it has.
underselling yourself.
Doesn't it have a?
Well,
doesn't it
it's
have
just-
Deadpool as you guys'
Yeah,
does.
picture?
Deadpool's
It
the
does.
logo.
Deadpool with one eye.
Yes. Oh yeah, he has the patch on. Huh?
There
I
are no
forgot
eyes
about
in. It's like Team. There are no eyes.
Deadpool with one eyeball.
Oh,
So he basically turned into Deathstroke. I think they're making fun of Deathstroke. That's between you and I, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
That's
But
cool.
thanks for the idea. I guess that's what
that's
we're
what
going
I was
down.
suggesting earlier, but nobody
think-
listens to the fact.
No,
kid.
nobody listens to you. But see,
'Cause
all
I'm-
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
right.
It's like
All
this
right.
podcast.
Thank you, Sue,
Hello.
for suggesting that.
Nobody listens. I'm kidding. I've got two mics. Under the power.
What are you talking about? We got a nice big bowl
Yeah, that
right
is
here,
nice.
dude. I was surprised with that.
By the way, I had a contest on my podcast yesterday, The Superiority Complex, which you can check out. I did a contest from last week. One person answered. One person.
So do they
So
win?
what are you
What are you talking about? I haven't heard anything new. I heard Jessica Panties, and that was
Did
the
you
last.
not see the one from
And then you had your family one, and that was the only one I got.
Episode 20.
Are you mad that that Undercity Chaos has more episodes than you?
No, God, no. You guys started before me. You should have more.
I thought you were already podcasting by the time.
No,
we
you guys. I
grabbed
think you guys. When did you start?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, dude, it's been. What we're on episode 23.
Yeah.
23. So, crap. How many?
Can you guys do it?
Somebody that's better than math than me.
I started my podcast.
23 divided by 4, or vice versa.
I
Don't know
started
the
my
difference.
podcast in February.
That's almost 6.
Oh, we started in January.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you guys started just a little ahead of me.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I love your.
So wait, what did they win?
Oh well,
That's like
the my guest this week, I got an interview with the historian for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mark Langell, and he gave me some books. He gave me a couple of his books, so I put one to give away, and it is episode 20 is up. Think Blue.
Think Blue. I'll have to listen to it now.
Gotta listen to it. You're gonna cry.
So that means that, and you guys keep on listening. Trust me, this robot chicken poster
You will cry.
compares nothing to what is going to be coming out soon. We're going to go ahead, and I feel like if Sue allows us, we're going to go ahead and bring in some of our signed copies of Red Hood and the Outlaw by Scott Liddell and some of the Batman issues, either 0 through 18. One of those issues, maybe 2 or 3, that are signed by Scott Snyder, and we will be giving them away through Undercity.
Oh, I'm not going to be
Chaos.
giving anything that good away if I bring a prize.
Yeah, but
So-
you haven't got anything signed either, so.
no, nothing from. I do have a Matt Kemp baseball that I have signed.
I mean, I have a.
You want to put that up?
No.
I have that Batman #1 signed by Scott Snyder. but-
Whoa.
You're going to put that up?
Nope.
Hell no.
Then why are you mentioning it?
not?
Getting the listeners all excited. A Batman number. Wait, he's not fucking doing anything with it? That bastard.
Okay, we are going to pick a random name out of this hat here.
Oh, wrong one. I didn't do it.
All right. Are we saying goodbye?
What are you doing right now?
We're saying goodbye. I'm just picking a random name.
We're going to say goodbye
We're going to say goodbye. We're going
Personal goodbye.
to say a personal goodbye to Cool Moon 3. Cool Moon 3. Okay.
no, that's cool. Oh,
That's Shane.
Is it?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Alright,
Cool, man.
Thank you very much, you guys, for listening to Undercity Chaos. Tune in next week to find out who the other winners are. We'll cover some more interesting and random babbling shit. Once again, I am MTR, also known as Matt the Rat. And as always,
Rene, bye, Shane.
Billy.
Cool Moon 1.
See you
Cool
guys
Moon
next week.
Prime.